This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Full Sail University. What's up? Welcome back to another episode of Ask the Buffalo. As you can tell, something's different about me. I got a new shirt. I read the comments. All you guys say I never get any new clothes. I wear the same thing in every video. So I took my butt shopping and bought some new clothes, which is not something I do very often. So boom. Also, yeah, I got this problem. It sounds like I swallowed 17 frogs. So with a voice like this, it seemed like only one thing would make sense. That's right. Now it won't be distracting because this is the voice I'm supposed to have. So up this week, we're going to talk about Apple's CEO problems, some Google I/O news. We're talking about what my ultimate Android phone is going to be. This is Ask the Batman. Let's go ahead and get started. First question comes from Steve. Hey Batman, recently it has been rumored that Apple is CEO shopping. In your opinion, what is Cook doing wrong? What in your perspective does Steve Jobs have that Cook does not have? From a business perspective. So that's an interesting question. We don't get many from a business perspective questions here. So Apple's stock price has gone from their all-time high to what has been now a few-year low, even dropping below 400 a few months ago. It has not been all rosy for the house that Jobs built. In my mind, one of the things Steve Jobs had was an intangible quality that you can't teach. It was a fire and a passion. Tim Cook seems to be more of an operations guy, getting the gross margins up so Apple can make more per profit without focusing on the innovation side of things. One of the things I loved about Steve Jobs, when he would talk about mobile flash and saying, we're not gonna support it, it's, you know, he'd get angry, it's ridiculous. And I didn't always agree with that, but it was fun to see it. And people can respond and rally around sort of that dynamic CEO. When he said, we're gonna go thermonuclear on Android, it was awesome to see a CEO with that kind of passion. Tim Cook does not have that. He's a very smart man with a very good business mind, but he lacks that passion. And you can't teach innovation, you can't teach design. Steve Jobs had really something that I don't think any other CEO is going to have, that eye for design. Now, rumor has it that Cook is relying much heavier on Johnny Ive, sort of the brains behind a lot of Apple's design, so I give him credit for doing that. I love what Google is doing with Google Glass by developing out in the open. Perhaps if Apple developed in the open and said, listen, here's what we're thinking about working on, what do you guys think? It would certainly help carve his own path, as opposed to asking what would Steve Jobs do. I think Tim Cook needs to ask, what should I do? Steve trusted him to run the company, and I think he just needs a little bit more time. So hopefully that helped answer your question. Bane. So the next question comes from Tony Salmons, has to do with Google I/O. Batman, how soon after I/O do you think Google release 4.3? Do you think the Nexus 7 will get it immediately, or will the next generation Nexus 7 get it first? So Google I/O is Google's big developer conference. It is going to be going down on Wednesday, at least that's when the keynote happens. We're expecting to see a slew of new devices, including the next generation Nexus 7, a new Nexus phone, and the next version of Android, which we all thought was going to be Key Lime Pie Android 5.0, but looks to be maybe another iteration of Jelly Bean, codenamed 4.3. I will say though, I do think the next generation Nexus 7 is going to get it, but I think the current generation Nexus 7 is going to get it too. Probably say sometime next week, I think we should see it. Google's been really good about rolling out those OSs as soon as they are ready to their flagship devices. Dent. And our last question comes from Vanguard Lockness, who asks, hey Batman, what specifications and what build material would your ultimate Android phone have if you were to build your own? That is a great question. One actually I thought about recently, my Franken phone, what it would have if I could build my beautiful phone from the ground up. So first, I would have HTC do the design. I love their aluminum build and that solid build quality. I love to see octa-core on there just because I think it's cool to say I got octa-core. Samsung's Exynos I think would be the perfect fit for that. I would throw 3 gigs of RAM on it. I would just make a redonkulous screen. I love big screen phones. I would make probably a 5.5 to 6 inch 1080p phone. Samsung can make the display because they do a really incredible job with that. I would have Sense be the UI, with the option to turn it completely on or off and use stock Android, or at least turn some features on or off. I think would be really cool. So that would probably be my dream phone. Although of course we'll never see that because Samsung and HTC don't get along, but perhaps we'll see something similar with the next generation Note 3, or maybe HTC is going to jump into the phablet game. What do you guys think? Would you want to see HTC in the phablet game, and what would your dream phone be? Leave them in the comments right down below. Rachel! No. So we thank our friends and sponsors at Full Sail University. App development is the new gold rush, and if you want to get in, Full Sail University has a degree program for you. In this program, you learn both the programming and business sides of mobile development so that you can concept, develop, deploy, and market an application from start to totally finish. You'll explore advanced programming languages, visual frameworks, usability principles, app development for iOS and Android OSs, so pretty cool. Through Full Sail's Project Launchbox program, students receive a MacBook Pro preloaded with industry software, plus iOS and Android devices, so you've got everything you need to start coding. So between the App Store and Google's Play Store, over 50 billion apps have been downloaded with no signs of slowing down. If you're ready to master technology and software to compete in this rapidly growing industry, visit fullsail.edu/technobuffalo to learn more about the online degree program. Again, fullsail.edu/technobuffalo. So thank you guys for humoring me and watching another episode of Ask the Buffalo. I hope you guys enjoyed and had a laugh or two at my ridiculous voice. I will see you guys hopefully sounding better next week. Rachel, no!